Hey, America here, and this is Enter the Gungeon. Now, I'm gonna make this kind of a regular series, or at least I hope. You know, it's gonna be unlike Isaac, where I just show you the result of an OP combination of items, like an OP run I have. As you can see, I'm kind of far into the game. I've done this like side quest right here, or like secret mission, more like. So yeah, I'm just gonna dive right in over here and hope for the best. Now I have actually been able to get fairly far into this game. I have gotten to the 5th and final floor at one point. But we'll see how it goes. This isn't my favorite character actually. I know I picked him first, so you might think, oh, this is like your regular character. No, it isn't. I'm actually usually King of Combat. I am very much fan of shotguns. She does start with a sort of shotgun, so yeah, that's pretty much the main reason why I like her. But also she has a bunch of DPS. This guy starts with armor unlike the others, and he also starts with, if I check out my Ammonomicon over here, he starts with an active item, which is an ammo drop. You can use this thing only once. And then there is military training, which means you have better reward speeds and reward speeds and weapon accuracy, as you can clearly read right there. Okay, this first floor should be a cinch, and I'm actually very much hoping that I will be able to get a gun so I can stand a better chance of perfecting the boss, because if you do manage to beat the bosses perfect in this game, then, you know, without taking any damage from them, you will be awarded with a trophy. Now, the trophy, you know, aside from just being evidence that you have mastered the floor, also means that I'm actually playing really poorly right here, even though I did not get hit there. Yeah, as I was saying, the trophy also gives you a health upgrade, which is really important because health upgrades and, you know, health in general is actually pretty scarce in this game. Yeah, anyway, moving on here. Usually these are very scarce as well over here, which, you know, I'm not that big of a fan of because you find chests pretty much everywhere. Now, I could pick another character that has a walk tech, that is the pilot, but the walk tech doesn't help that much because there's kind of like a 50-50 chance that you can break the walk instead of opening it. You know, as well as the fact that it's a rechargeable item and you need to, you know, fight in a room for some time before you can, you know, use it again. And I also got hit by the stupidest things over here. Come on, at least be like first 2 floors in this video. You don't want to look like a complete fucking noob in your first go over here. Of course, these books are not the hardest thing ever, but they are pretty interesting as an enemy concept, where they kinda shoot bullets in the form of leather, or, you know, something along those lines. Like one of them shoots a 4-leaf clover, which is like a green book. Also, I got some stutter over here. I don't know why that is. That is because of fraps. I'm having some weird issue with fraps over here. Okay, very much need to avoid these grenades. They will kinda just kill themselves, as you could see. But yeah, this blue shotgun shell, guys, is probably gonna be my biggest enemy on this floor because of the way they shoot. I mean, these guys are pretty bad as well, especially due to the fact that they have a bunch of health, but they're actually not that hard to avoid damage. Now, every time I see a shop, I have to go in it first. Now, reason for that is ammo synthesizer is actually probably really valuable in the long run, even though it's very much useless to me right now because the only weapon I have has infinite ammo. But yeah, you have to go to the shop every time you see it, if you have the chance, of course, because sometimes, you know, it will be locked or something. And the reason for that is, if you don't need to use it now, you probably need to use it later. And as you can see, this over here, this is a teleport, so I can, you know, go in here anytime that I want, makes travel a lot easier. Okay, room full of shotgun shell guys, they're not gonna be too hard to deal with, I imagine, especially since the worst one is already dead. Oh, holy shit, grenades. Now, I'm pretty sure I dodged that, I'm not certain though, but you can dodge that. Your dodge roll actually has invincibility frames while you're in the air. When you hit the ground, not so much, but when you're in the air you can, you know, avoid way more than you might think, like those explosions from the grenades. Now, another thing that is interesting, which I think I have already showed you, but I didn't talk about it, is the slimes. Now, you have seen me fight these great slimes, and little known sort of fact and technique for handling those guys is when you get them down to their smallest forms, you can actually just dodge roll over them, so you don't have to worry about actually wasting your ammo on those and shoot, you know, the other enemies. Now this is a really cool weapon. It is an exploding crossbow. Now what happens is it explodes every time you reload. It's pretty effective, means you can detonate whenever you want, you know, the darts, which is actually very important because explosions can actually destroy ammo. Now, as you can see, I cannot open this chest here because I have a key. However, the shopkeep usually sells keys, so I can teleport back here, grab the key, just go back, and now I'm over here instead of having to, you know, teleport somewhere else that is close to this room, because as you can see, this room doesn't have a teleporter either, so I would have had to teleport over here, which, you know, would have wasted a lot more time. But I did get a health upgrade out of that, so that is pretty freaking great. I will actually use my marine sidearm, which is my normal pistol over here, before I get to the boss, because, you know, the explosive crossbow is the only weapon that I have aside from the marine sidearm, which means that, you know, it should be way more effective against the boss, and it is! Now, look at this. Boom. I kinda destroyed some of the bullets of the other guy. Now, what I want to do is really, first of all, just focus so you don't get hit, you fucking dumbass. Okay, that was really close. This is actually pretty intense here. I don't particularly like the bullet went well. So much for that. So much for my perfect. Now, my favorite boss fight on the first floor is actually gonna have to be the Bullet King. These guys, not so much. Gatling gun is also not pretty good either, but you know, I'm pretty sure these guys are the worst in terms of my ability to perfect them. But as you could see, the explosive sticky crossbow was more than useful over here. Now the helix is pretty good as well. Problem is it's just like this. Yeah, kinda hard to hit your enemies, especially when there are walls around, but when you do properly hit them, you will get a lot of damage off of it, which, you know, it's pretty good. So I guess I will be using this as my primary weapon, except for in tight quarters. I couldn't flip the table. Now these are the things that I was talking about, like the slimes. I'm gonna demonstrate the rolling through them here. Boom. Hit. I'm not sure if you can do that with other enemies, only slime type enemies so far. That's what I've been using this technique against. I don't believe you can roll through like the smaller bats as well. Or, you know, they're not really bats, they're more like bullets with wings. I will actually have to use my explosive crossbow over here. Because this guy is a bitch. Okay. Finish with them. Actually managed to get 2 enemies with that explosion, which is really good. You might want to do that as well, you know, kinda like wait for the enemies to get closer together and then reload for the explosion, and not just do what I'm doing over here, which is pretty much trying to kill them instantly. Of course in this room you don't really have much of another option, because those guys cannot go close enough to each other to, you know, have the explosion take effect. Nope. Now with the dodge roll you can very much jump ups, which is pretty important. I actually took way less damage than I thought I would there, which is, you know, pretty sad considering I still took way more damage than I should have. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, handle that room pretty well. Moving on to the next one, I really don't know which weapon I should be using right now. Helix, right? That's why I said I will be using. Well, yeah, but it's not that simple, because Helix isn't useful for every single situation, now is it? Also, when you see the fucking laser sight of these guys flashing, just dodge roll instantly. It will pretty much guarantee that they will miss you when you do that. Of course, it didn't work out too well for me right there, because I didn't properly do it. If you do it properly, sorry, something watched in my throat there. But if you do it properly, you will, you know, be pretty good. Also, fuck me. I am really taking way too much damage here. I am already at half worth of HP. If I fight like I don't know, from over here, I will probably not survive. Hopefully I will fight the Medusi, or, you know, the Gorgon, as it were, on this floor. Because that will pretty much mean that I will be able to go to the next floor guaranteed. But the other bosses, I don't think I'll be able to handle them with 1 HP. Well, it is a full card, which actually technically means I can survive 1 bullet, and then I'll have to take another one to die, but I don't know how much. I'm gonna stay with this much HP. Now this is one of the best guns in the game, if not the best gun. Actually, there's a gun called the Glacier, which kind of explodes on every hit, as well as give a thrown effect, which, you know, it's probably the best gun for bosses, but this gun is pretty much amazing. Now what it does is it shoots an egg. And when the egg hits the enemy, the egg will very much hatch into freaking bullets, which is, you know, pretty amazing. Those bullets actually do a bunch of damage, and there are a lot of them. I'm just gonna finish this floor here before I move on. Yeah, see what's going on? This thing fucking hilarious, these guys. It's amazing. Still, I have to, you know, kind of save my ammo for a boss. The wind-up gun over here is not that good, definitely not 42 bullet casings worth of good. I actually have a lot more of this floor to go through than I thought. Okay, I can handle this room. I need to handle this room without taking any damage, otherwise it's pretty much guaranteed that I will lose against the boss unless, again, it's the Gorgon. Have a chest over here. Did the shopkeep offer keys? Is the important question right now. I'm not using the proper key to open the map. Yes, you do indeed have keys for sale. Thank you, and let us see what we have in here. Another health upgrade. This is actually fucking amazing, you know. It's not very often that you get 2 health upgrades in a row, but now I will have to fight the boss and I will be using the scrambler if I can find it. There it is. It's a big holster now. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to do against this guy. Okay, had to use a blind there. Got to use... Sorry for the lack of commentary, but I really have to focus over here. Holy fuck! I actually was able to perfect the holster. That doesn't happen very often. I mean, it has happened before, but no, not very often. Aged Bell, now what is this? Seems pretty interesting. It is an active item. Briefly stops time. Interesting. I do have an ammo drop over here though, so I would like to use it for, I guess, the Helix. Now the ammo you get in this game depends on what weapon you have equipped. You will fully fill up that weapon, but nothing else. So there is an element of strategy to it, or decision making, I should say. You know, like, do I want to get ammo for this gun that's empty but not really good, or do I want to get the ammo for the best gun that still has a bunch of ammo? And of course you do need to get the ammo because there is a rat that lives down here that actually will just steal the ammo if you leave it in the room. Now Helix is doing a pretty good job. Is doing a pretty good job of taking out the enemies over here, and I have no complaints in terms of that. But what I do have complaints for is the freaking mushrooms, man. The bullet patterns are kind of unpredictable. Well, not that they're unpredictable necessarily, but they're hard to predict because of just how how seemingly random the positions of the bullets are, and I actually took a hit that I shouldn't have to take it there. Could have dodged it, myself in a bad position. Now, what do I want? I want to use Scrambler in this room first of all. Also, fucking hell, who gets already in this room? That is embarrassing. But I am still alive, you know, that at least decent overall. Hey, here, let's just stop time. Okay, so this is actual, not like bullet time as I thought it would be, and I mean, we already have an item that is bullet time. This is actual straight up time stopping, which is, you know, seemingly pretty useful. You can get a lot of extra damage out on the boss using that, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like I'll even be able to live that far. Step over some tables, get some cover please. Now this table is not gonna hold very much with how many bullets these guys were firing. And as you can see, the table is now destroyed. Okay. We are fine, we will be able to get through at least a couple more rooms here if I am not being an idiot. And you know, actually if I'm not being an idiot, we will probably be able to even go to the next floor, but far beyond that, I don't really think we will be able to go far beyond that. And did you see those guys with the military hats? yeah, those guys will actually show up at the boss if it is a specific boss at least, and that specific boss is a tank. Now, I don't really remember the actual name of the boss. This credit will not go away until I actually clear out the room. Holy shit! It's harder. It's way harder than it should be. I just straight up fell in the hole. Well, this is the end of this one. It was going so well, especially when I managed to get a perfect on the boss on the second floor. I got 2 health upgrades, not enough health drops to sustain me though. I had really good weapons, no complaining on that front, but I just wasn't really good enough mechanically to get a good run out of this. But anyway, that is all for this video, and I will see you the next one.